Welcome back to the Client Spotlight series. And sorry, I was just having a conversation with this
Yeah.
fantastic lady before we clicked record. So, Gemi, please introduce yourself to everyone and let everyone know what programs you have on offer right now before we get into your experience in Sacred Feminine Pleasure.
Are you saying offer? Did you say offer?
Yeah, whatever offers you have available right now. Let the
Yes.
people know how
Okay.
you can help them.
Okay. Cool. So I'm a coach. I work with Muslim women entrepreneurs or who want to become entrepreneurs, and as well as women who want to be leaders of their life, both at work and in their corporate life, or in general. So I have two programs. One is the one-on-one entrepreneurial program, which is a 4-month program with me, and it's do I set the price? Do I talk about
Yeah,
the price? Okay, I
yeah,
said,
sure.
okay. It's it's okay. It's $10,000 for 4 months, and then I have a leadership program with specifically for those who are leading teams and are looking to just become better. Really focused on Muslim women, and it's also $10,000 for 4 months. Now I have a new program which it's a group program. I usually run it as a quick accelerator for 3 weeks, but now I'm just offering it. Sorry, I'm copying you, Rosie.
It's fine. Girl, you're not copying me. You're inspired.
I'm inspired by you doing it 8 weeks. It's a new program for me. We'll see how that goes, but you're more than welcome. It's half the price. So it's still new. So that's kind of where I'm at. I know
Oh,
I'm not
amazing.
confident yet, but the one-on-one is really where is where the sweet sauce is, because I do a lot of brainstorming through design thinking, through actually strategizing, creating incredible business plans, and even businesses, and building teams and cultures that are really aligned with who you are. So there's none of this cookie cutter stuff. We really go down and dirty in terms of like coming up with really incredible offers. I do an
Mm,
amazing job for other women. Myself is kind of like,
amazing.
I don't like promoting myself, but I'm promoting myself and I'm going out
Me
there.
too.
And one big thing is that I don't really promote or talk a lot about my clients, because some of my clients just don't want to be out there. And so you may not hear a lot, but I work with a lot of women. Some of the women who have gone from zero to getting complete funding from Muslim investors, like tens of hundred thousands of dollars. And
Wow.
right, yeah, and they're making impacts around the world. They're changing women's life. I have clients all over the world, and I work with teams all over the world, microfinance teams, leaders, you name it. And I work with a lot of non-Muslims too, and I do not shy away from being Muslim. So when they're like, I have a hole in my body that can't be filled, let's fill it with some faith, right?
I love it.
Yeah, so this is kind of where my sweet spot is, because I have an extensive 30 years in corporate, in startup, being the only woman on the team, running with a bunch of guys, um,
Wow.
and just making things happen in terms of building SaaS platforms. So I'm technology, inclined. I run marketing, launching products and all this stuff. So this is where I'm at. But I now do this from a perspective of coaching, and the impact is incredible. So I wish that for every single Muslim woman, because I feel like once we can step into our zone of genius, just like you get off, just do your thing, right? Be you,
Yeah, of
your whole
course.
thing, right? And
Mhm.
if you can take that and then couple it with strategy and all the elements that go in the fundamentals of business, none of this cookie cutter shenanigans, like it has to do this way. No, nobody has to do anything anyway. You just do it the way you want to do it, but we'll brainstorm it and we'll craft it the way you want it. So that's what I do.
I love that. And where can people find you? So, because as you can see, Gami is a pro. She's an expert. If you need Gami in your life, please holler at her. Where can they find you? Where can they
And
reach
give
out
me,
to you?
oh, okay, IG, give me Hartoyo, GemiHartojo. That's the best place. I do have my website, gemihartoyo.com, has a lot of info on it, but really, Gemi Hartoyo on IG is probably the best place.
Yeah, and we'll share the links, and when we share this out on YouTube,
Oh,
we'll be
thank
sharing
you.
Gami's IG and website, so you can hit her up. And as you can see, she's a pro. at what she does and a much needed service in the world. Okay, Gemi girl, let's get into it. So, what made you join Sacred Feminine Pleasure?
Oh my God, I was so over myself.
I love it.
So one thing is this, right? I really wanted to take all my clients to the real next level, right? Which is what? Getting over this sort of dichotomy and push and pull between being Muslim, service, and then making bank. That
Mm-hmm.
is a huge issue, right? So I found myself being able to do that in certain environments, like controlled environments. But then when it was into my own environment, especially with my soft heart with the ummah, I couldn't. I couldn't bring myself to like, okay, I'm going to be impactful and very profitable. And I don't know what that was. It was really just my own self, as you know, we worked on it. So and I don't want that. And what was interesting is that my clients at the time couldn't also get over that hump. You know, I think you've mentioned this before, Rosie, where like, if coaches don't heal themselves, how can they heal others, right? And so for myself to like really take it to that next level, I need to get over myself. It's not so much this, you know, we were talking about this whole, oh, you know, you want to clean out someone's bank. Like that's not the course, but that's not the whole point of it. But it's really voting for yourself.
Mm.
That's really what it is, right? So this high ticket, really showing your value, putting your value out there and putting a price to that value, also overcoming just money mindset, right? And by the way, before you, I had a money coach and it was great. But it was very surface level because,
Mm.
right. So I needed to just really get down there and get that block out. And I did. But the whole point is we can't serve our ummah if we ourselves aren't served. We're not doing justice to ourselves. And when we do that, it's permission for the other to do the same.
Yes. Oh my God. Thank you so much for mentioning that, Gami, because as coaches, sometimes we can go and fall into that scarcity and think, oh, I know. I've got the tools, so I know what I need to do. I know
Yeah.
what I need to do to heal. And like just like you said, that I need to get over myself. Like hiring someone to look at your life and tell you where you need to improve is such a priceless, indescribable service. Like having someone in your corner that's saying to
Yeah.
you, girl, like fix this up, that this is a problem. You can do it. Just having someone in your corner, that is like so like that's endearing. That's amazing. And if you want your clients to feel that way, you have to know what it feels like for yourself. So if you're always in that energy of like, I know everything, I know what to do, you're never going to be able to go deeper with your clients. And I've noticed it myself, I've been in that space. So I'm like, I know what to do. But it's like when I hired a coach, and I always have a coach. I've not had a coach for like 7 years now. I always had a coach. And I notice the difference when I don't have a coach, when I do have a coach, the way I am with my clients is totally different. So thank you for touching up on that, because I feel like people don't understand what coaching really is. It's not about you being like, oh, I need help. Sometimes it could just be to be supported. Because I mean, you're an amazing person. Like it's not like you need oh my God, like you're in this mess and you need like this kind of help. It's like you know yourself very well. You're a very confident woman. You're bold, you're brave, you're courageous. You embody feminine class. But it's good to be supported in that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. No,
Girl, you're
it's absolutely
gorgeous.
true. Oh my God, it's totally true. And really, honestly, to tell you the truth, Ruth, you are actually my only and my first Muslim coach. I
Oh
have
wow.
had the hardest time to find, just like you, I always have coaches in my court. Um, I believe in it. I didn't believe in it before, but like I swear by it right now, right? But you are actually my first Muslim coach, and I'm just like totally like head over heels because thank you for kicking my rear, because it was just like I'm just like straight up like, hey, what do you like being like that? And like, why do I like being like, I don't know why I like being like that.
I remember our session was like, why do you like it?
Yeah, I know. And I'm like, yeah, why do I like it? I never asked myself that question, you know? Oh my gosh. Yeah. And I totally refer you to my clients, and many of them say, should I take Rosie's core, programs? Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I love
Absolutely.
you for that.
I would totally have my clients go work with you first and then come and work with you.
It would be so much easier, right? Okay, now
Oh,
that
so
you've
much
healed,
easier.
now we can fix this.
It's so much easier because a lot of the work that a lot of when people come to me because they have this like, everybody's in label land, right? They're like, oh, you're a business coach. But actually, we do everything, right?
Mm,
But the mindset, that blockage, oh my gosh. Can we
it's a
just
big
like,
one.
yeah, we need go to Rosie, please. Go to
Come to
Rosie.
me, guys. Just
Go,
see,
go to
let me
go
say
to
it.
her.
Come to
Yes.
me.
Reset all that stuff, do all that work. Come over. We'll continue. We'll take that thread, take it around. But really, at the end of the day, it's going back to, I don't know if you know Delia Ayu, but she's on Instagram and she does a lot
Yeah.
of work, Ustada, and she does a lot of work with Philistine, and she's so incredible. And one of her motivations for the Ummah is to create an Ummah project.
Oh wow.
And subhanAllah, like she wants all of us to create an Ummah project.
Oh
And so
wow.
I'm just like so blown away because actually has been my dream forever. I said, please, women, can we all it doesn't mean you have to have a business, right?
Hmm.
Do something, create an impact within your capacity so that it impacts the Ummah, right?
Hmm.
Get out of your head, get out of your whatever it is that you guys are doing, and let's help the Ummah grow. If it means like going to grab 5 neighbors and reading Quran or telling stories or teaching each other how to bake pizza, like whatever,
Yeah.
right? It can be anything, but this sort of like building each other up in that way. So, and I'm just so excited. And I realize at this level that I'm at, I have to it's very it's overwhelming for people who are very early on in their stage to do it with
Hmm.
me. It's so much more impactful when they're a little bit more further along the line and they're
Hmm.
understanding the concept. And you know me, I'm very, I'm a little aggressive.
Yeah. No, it's good though. You're good aggressive. I like that. We
Yeah,
need
yeah,
more of that. Otherwise, otherwise things don't get done. Like, you don't get the
yeah.
results you want if you're not aggressive. Like, girl, come on. Now coaching, I was aggressive with you. Like, I know I was just like, by the way, Gemi, coaching you for 8 weeks was so amazing because the things that the things that came up in our sessions together, I was like, this is gold. Like, this is so everyone needs to hear this. I know everyone in the group was just like, even though women were in different places in their life, they were business owners. There were some business owners, there was homemakers, there was like
Mhm.
women who were trying to start a business. There was just women who were just wives, and there's different entities. But I know everyone benefited from your coaching. Everyone around was feeling like, oh my gosh, I got something when Gemi was being coached, especially around, harmonizing the masculine and feminine energies, right? So tell
Ooh.
me, like, you mentioned like things about money blocks. So what else was going on in your life before you joined Sacred Feminine Pleasure that made you believe that, okay, I need to join SFP in order to heal it?
Um, I was watching one of your IG stories. I don't know who the coachee was, but you were coaching her and you guys were talking about something like this. You were kind of doing this, but it was this whole like, guys, say goodbye to your ego. I don't know who that
Mm-hmm.
was, but it was like, say goodbye to your ego. And it really hit me because, at the there from a coaching perspective, right? We know that we have like these saboteurs or like was, and you can name them, but really at the end of the day, it's really ego,
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Ego or Mrs. Ego. That's actually, at the core of all this, whatever, right? It's blocking you. It's like, oh, I don't want to ask for help, or I don't want to, even like, I don't want to raise my prices because
Oh
it's
yeah,
an ego thing, actually, right? Because it's like, you don't want to be seen as that person, just like, what we were talking about earlier, right?
yeah.
The hidden person, like or whatever it
You're
is.
a fitna. You're such a fitna to the world with your
Right,
price.
right. Yeah, 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 yeah. But actually that's an ego thing, right?
Yeah.
And when we are just straight up like, this is what we are, where we value ourselves, it's also a bid for the client, or the coachee to say, I value myself like that, right? Because girls, we all are buying those Gucci bags,
Right.
right? We're buying all these whatever, these abayas, you know, they're expensive.
Right.
Um, and but you're not spending on who for you, right? Now we're talking about the ummah, the health of the ummah. We're talking about the health of your family, the health, like when moms are happy, women are happy, they're feeling fulfilled. Oh my gosh, it multiplies, right? It
Of
multiplies.
course. Yes. Oh my God, thank you.
Yeah.
And that's so true. Like, I think as women, we've come, because like the masculine era that we've been in of like, go hard for your boss babes. That's great and all. But it's like I feel like we neglected our feminine side of the sisterhood. And now we see each women as competition. Like me and you are coaches, Gemi, but I want you to win. I, like
Me too.
the way, right? It's just like this feeling of like, girl, when you're winning, I'm winning because I feel like I'm winning when you're winning. Because you're a
Yeah.
Muslim woman, I'm a Muslim woman, and
Yeah.
you're making an impact in the world. And it's like when you let go of that ego and you no longer see women as competition, it's just like I want everyone to win. Like I
Yes.
just want you all to
Yes.
say, even I want you to do better than me. Like if you are doing better than me, yes, please keep going. I'm gonna support you. I'm gonna love you through it. I'm gonna
Yes.
be so endearing towards you. But I feel like this is what we, just like you mentioned, this is what we need. We need to let go of the I know it all and the ego side and the masculine side in order for us to thrive as women. And I feel like that's one of the main reasons why I created SFP, because I didn't see that especially in the coaching space.
Oh,
I
it's
didn't
not
see
there.
women.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I just saw women competing. It's like, what's happened? Like we were all about,
It
women
is
power.
so true.
What
It's so
happened?
true. Oh,
Right.
and you know, again, I want to bring back the whole masculine piece. I love how in the program you really highlight the fact that you don't have to prove yourself. And
Mm-mm.
it was so interesting because I would get it all the time from my spouse. Like, why are you trying to why are you in competition with me? What,
Right.
what am I doing? And then I would turn around and I would say, "Ah, I can't do this work because I'm looking for flow. And now I learned from
Exactly.
you, I I'm
Flow.
fighting.
Yeah.
It's, you know what it was? It's like you're standing in your masculine, but you're trying to reach over on your tippy toes, trying to grab the flow on the feminine side. It's not going to work. That doesn't work.
Mhm.
That doesn't work.
Literally, and Gemi, you've been through it, so you know. And now, okay, now that you're on the other side of flow, how does it feel? Like, tell me the transformation, what's happened in your life that now that you've embraced the flow state and the feminine state, not that you didn't have it already, you've had femininity, you've been in it, but like fully embracing it. Like, what's the transformations? What's changed in your life?
Um, I'm not rushed. I'm not harried. I'm not aggressive. I'm more reflective. My work is actually much more creative and thoughtful and actually more impactful, right? Because I'm in this state of oh, there's no need to rush. Like, oh, the thing didn't come to me yet, right? Or even when I'm in a coaching session, like the thing didn't come to me. I'm like, okay, we'll just go with that flow, dance with the moment, and then it just pops up, right? Brainstorming with clients, or even creating, creating programs, or whatever it is that I'm creating. It's just, it's that state of oh, it's not here yet. Okay, that's okay. All right, let me just go with my flow. Maybe I need to do some stretches, going back to the pleasure plan, oh, I need to go get a cup of chocolate, or, whatever it is. Cup of
Yeah.
coffee usually is for me, take a moment and enjoy that moment, and then come back and you're like, oh yeah, that's right. I got this and this and this and this and this and this. And it's just much more fluid. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
a word, right?
Yeah.
And because I trust that I know it's coming, I don't have to rush. If that's make any sense. Does that make any sense? It's kind of
Oh yeah, makes so much sense, girl. I think all us women are rushing. Where are we rushing to? What's the destination? Because you
yeah,
can't rush your death. The death is going to happen. Like the only thing you can think about rushing to is like death, because that's guaranteed. So what we rushing to? Like no amount of rushing is going to bring the goal to. And I learned this the hard way. Like especially when we get burnt out and we just so displeasured by money. Like when we feel resentful towards money, or we feel resentful towards our careers, or we feel resentful towards our spouses and our children, when we feel this resentment, that means that you're rushing too much. You're trying to force a situation to happen that's not meant to happen right now. You're meant to grow first. It's like planting the seed and then getting angry that the seed didn't grow overnight. Like it's just this whole
Oh my God,
rushing.
that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Like, why did you not grow?
Right? Why
I
is it
watered
growing?
it.
Let me put some more water on it.
And then you end up drowning it and then you kill it
Yes.
because it's like
Yes.
you overburdened it. It's like you're overburdening yourself with time, and time is meant to be the state of like the only time that exists is now. That's it. So what can you create from the now that's going to keep you in that steady flow? Because now we're
Yeah.
thinking, when you're in the now, you're no longer thinking the future, because the future is only created from the present and the past is created
Yeah.
from the present. So it's got to be in
Mhm.
the state of now. And I love the fact that you're in that fluid state, Gemi. And like, how does it feel? Kind of, try and describe it. Cause I know people hear about it a lot, like flow state, fluid state. But how does it feel to be in that state of like not rushing and constantly worrying about things?
Actually, it's quite amusing. It's a feeling of amusement because you can see, like, it's, when I don't know if you, those, like, those action movies, like you're just, it's like you're standing and I can see like everything, and it's like in this slow flow, but everybody else is like, "Die!" They're doing this thing, and I can, it's like I can see they're like that thing, and I'm like, that's quite interesting, right? Wow, and like it's amusing to me because it's this feeling of like, hey, where are you going? I'm just gonna, no, I'm gonna go make my coffee now. That's what I'm gonna be doing right now. Like, that's what's happening. Like
I
just
love
now to
it.
this call, like, what are you doing? I had a bad day. I need to come talk to you. Ah! And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to call now. In my head, like, wow, I do not need that energy. Thank you very much.
I
I don't
love
need that
it.
because I am about to do sessions and I'm going to talk to you and I've got my stuff going. And so it's a bit of amusing. It's amusement, like a chuckle. I don't know how to,
Yeah,
like a chuckle.
I know what you mean. It's like fascinating, right? It's just like,
Yes,
okay,
yes, 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 yes. Fascinating. Like,
all right. Did that
yeah.
really happen? And I'm so glad that you're saying that, because I know people would love to be in this position where chaos is happening around you, but you're just like, okay, let me just go and do what I need to do and not get so engrossed that you're so unbothered.
Yes.
Love
Yes.
that.
Yes. You know that meme that he had put out at the very beginning of the program, and there was
Oh,
this little
yeah.
girl, she's like, in that tea party, she's just, no, thank you. No, thank you. And I was like, I kept watching it, and I'm like, what is she talking about? I couldn't understand it until now I finished with it. I'm like, oh, that is totally me.
I love it. Unbothered. Hashtag unbothered. Like,
And
that's
people
a great
calling me
thing.
out on there. People called me like, why, it's like, you're just like not here. You're not paying attention. Like, no, it's not. I'm paying attention, but it sounds like you want to dominate the whole conversation. Just please
Oh,
do.
I love that. Ladies, like, girl, look at good. Listen, I know for a fact everyone wants to have that confidence. Like, okay. Like, not absorb people's energies. Because when you absorb
Yes,
someone's energy, it
yes,
ruins your
yes.
day. It's like you'll take care on your kids, you'll take care on your husband, you'll take care on your health, you'll take care on yourself. What's the point? Like, why would I want to transfer that energy onto
Yeah.
myself? I deserve more. And this is what true worth is. You know, when you say to yourself, I'm worthy, this is what worthiness looks like. Where you're not taking on people's energies and you're choosing
Yes.
to show up in the energy that you want, and you're choosing it by force. You're like saying to yourself, you know what, you are over there. I appreciate you, I love you, but I'm not taking it on. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be in that energy. That's not fair on me. That's amazing. That's
No,
a
no,
beautiful
that is
thing to do.
absolutely. And actually, like a couple of days ago, and as you know, there's like so much chaos, really like huge chaos happening. And
Yeah.
I just turned on, what did I turn on? I think, oh, I turned on the opulent one, your hip, not the
Oh,
hypnosis one,
yeah.
like
The
you know,
affirmations.
yeah, the affirmations. And I just had it on after Fajr. And I'm like, okay, I'm fabulous. Got up, look at the mirror. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so fabulous. I'm gonna put a nice dress on.
I love it. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at me. This is amazing. I love it.
Yes.
Oh, You're just making
It
me
is.
so happy.
It is. It is. You know, and I still want you in my corner in some sort of form and fashion, you know. Maybe not in the SFP thing. I know you're probably recording this, but like not in the SFP thing, but probably one-on-one. So heads
Oh,
up if you
yeah.
come. If you
Inshallah.
come.
It definitely will.
Yeah.
When the time is right, it's gonna happen.
Yeah. No, no, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just gotta like, I gotta get through all of this stuff. It's just what
Yes. Because like you've embodied that healed state, which is what SFP was about. Now you want to go in one-on-one. That's just like a more deeper, intimate level. And I know my one-on-ones are intense. Like I know the women who come out of one-on-one, they come out totally different women, and it's just like on a different level. So the fact that you're putting that in the air and telling Allah, it's gonna happen, girl. You know,
I am.
just
I know totally.
yourself, right?
But I will tell you, even SFP, it surprised me how intense it was. Like, even though
Mm,
the program wasn't like I when I, you know, you look at it like on paper, right? It's like, yeah, these are things, but in it, and I'm a coach, like I have worked on myself like immensely. That was a lot. I went through it and like, wow, whoa, I need to go lie down.
yeah, tell the audience what was it like? I've been coaching with other women, the whole experience. What was that sisterhood like?
You know, I think the first thing was like, I don't know, like, you know, you feel embarrassed, right?
Mm,
You talk about your personal things and personal lives. And first and foremost, I was just really impressed, like how everybody was super open, right? I mean,
mm,
some of the subjects really like very private.
yeah,
And yeah, we were just like, everybody was just holding space. And I learned so much from the other women too. Because even though like I'm working on a specific thing, but you know, we're a dynamic, right? So actually parts and portions of what they are facing, I'm facing too. Maybe not at the same degree, but I'm like, oh, that's very interesting. I could use that. Oh, that's really interesting. That's how I could maybe, you know, overcome this. And I love the part with the, you know, the whole illness part that you have at the very end and the health. I'm like, wow, now what? I don't
mm.
agree with that. Thank you very much for putting out there. Jeebers. You need to finish that, girl.
That's
It's like a
right.
freaking cliffhanger. I want to get it. What am I supposed to do?
I know
But
because
it
the
was
help.
amazing. It was amazing. And
Mm.
you guys saw me. I've never been seen like that before, ever.
Aw.
It was, and you said it yourself. You're like, oh, and you know, honestly, I thought you just left me, guys. I thought you just left me.
Oh
I was
yeah,
like,
that day, right? For play
yeah,
dates.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That day that I
No,
was on the trying to Zoom and I was trying to get, I
I
can't go.
know.
And then you guys were like, oh, we're just waiting for you. We're so glad you're here. What? That was
Yeah.
so, that was incredible.
Yeah, no one gets left behind in sacred feminine pleasure. Like I notice when someone's dropped in their energy. I notice when someone's like showing up to the call. I notice. So that day when I think I was coaching someone else, it's supposed to be play date, and I was like, Gemi, oh no. And we just let you in, and we just like, Gemi, celebrate, girl. Let's celebrate together. Yeah, that was for us. Like we all wanted to do that. And I love the fact that all of us just came together on that conclusion. That we're just gonna wait for Gemi. It was just like a sync. It just
That
happened.
was that was insane. I will tell you, that was like the most, and that's probably like the linchpin where that masculine part of me, because it's always the proving and then like that brushing away, like, oh, that's okay, whatever. You know, that thing that, you know, when
Yeah.
you fall down, you hurt yourself, but you're like, oh no, I didn't hurt myself, you know, that thing. But I was really hurt. And then when it like when you guys are holding the space, I'm like, why am I crying?
I know. I know what's so funny to me. This is like not the first time it's happened. I've noticed that in sacred feminine pleasure, like Allah puts you through something that needs to be healed that you didn't realize needed to be healed. Like I've had so
Yes.
many incidents like this in sacred feminine pleasure. It's just a random thing that happened, but it
Mhm.
affected the person so much. And it's like because Allah wanted you to go through that. Like you're meant. That was your test. Like how are you gonna recover from feeling rejected. Like maybe you felt rejected in that moment, thinking, I can't get into the Zoom room. What's going
Yeah.
on? I, you know,
Yeah.
I got prepared. I'm ready for play date. Like, what's going on? That's like the masculine side, right? But Allah's like, no, yeah, me, you're gonna have to wait. We have to feel that little thing and then talk about it, and then be welcomed back. And it's that was such a beautiful, I remember it was such a beautiful experience to go through with you, because I feel like that's exactly what you needed. That's really what you needed, to be held after you got stung.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
just to
Yeah.
be held and loved.
Yeah. That was really, that was probably like an introduction to like, oh, that's the feminine part. That's the thing that I've been doing it. I do it for other people, but I don't ever do it for myself. And it was just like, wow, people are actually doing that for me. That was just insane. So
That's
thank you for
amazing.
doing that. It was just like, it was such a beautiful, like, it was just, I knew it was energetically felt. Like, I knew it wasn't like planned, or I knew it. That's why, like, oh, I was
Yeah.
crying. I was, so, I don't know if you heard it, but I was like,
Yeah. And I love that you express your emotions too. It's like so beautiful. I know, like we're so used to being so guarded, but being able just to cry and be like, I just need to let this out and be emotional with it and be okay with being emotional and being okay with being held. That is so beautiful to witness. And you did that a lot, Gumi, in Sacred Feminine Passion. I feel like that's what also helped the other ladies that just let their guard down and be vulnerable. Because you know, when you think about a business owner, you think, oh my God, this person will be so like, on point and confident, and I can't, I'm not on her level, but you just like blended in so well. Everyone was just like, Gemi is here. Everyone felt your energy all the time. So I don't know about it, female. God bless you for that, for being open and being
I mean,
vulnerable. It was beautiful
I
coaching you.
mean,
I
I
love
mean,
that. What would you say abundance rewiring was like? Because I know a lot of people don't understand what abundance rewiring is like, and they know it's hypnosis, but going through the experience of it, what was it like going through 8 weeks, every week, having an abundance rewiring session?
so this is a technique actually that I thought was interesting how you took it into abundance rewiring, rewiring. So when I'm coaching, I do the thing called like the dancing in the moment, which is why everybody, how do you even like, how do you create in that moment? It's really, it is a pure piece of art, right?
Yeah.
And the thing about being able to, okay, what is the room need? What is the thing that they need? And kind of like either they voice it or they tell you a story about it or whatever. And and this is truly gift, right? Where you take that and then use it to rewire ourselves based on the
Yeah.
elements of those things, right? So, and it's the same concept that I use when I'm trying to come up even with ideas, right? Or
Mm.
generating plans, or okay, even like pulling out values that you didn't even know about yourself that you would like to create the culture of your company, or how you'd like to lead, or whatever it is. It's the same thing, right? But you
Mm.
take it in the fact that it goes deeper into the feminine part of ourselves, was never awakened, like this
Mm.
going back into the womb, going back into really in tune with the body, which is incredible because a lot of us, I mean, the whole masculine thing is like, where the head is here and the body is here. What is that all about? You know,
Right.
just kind of do our, we do the Egyptian dance, right? But the abundance rewiring really says, okay, forget your head, right? Yes, you've had your say in your head, like, oh, I feel like this, I want that, I think like this, right? Um, but you actually invite us into our body, and that is really powerful because we're just really not in tune with our body. I think that's the biggest thing, to get ourselves in tune,
Mm.
rewired, like readjusted, and realigned, realigned in our spirit, right, um in our heart, and in
Yeah.
our right. It's kind of like, if you think about it, it's like what's coming up for me is like a physical therapist. You know how physical
Mm.
therapists like aligns their body,
Yeah.
but actually aligning the emotions, the heart, the soul, the womb, which is really kind of interesting to me. I'm still trying to grasp that. But it's like, but it's real. I mean, I say it's real, but it's like, wow, what is that,
Yeah.
right? But this alignment, that's really what the abundance rewiring is all about, because um, yeah, we just need to be rewired of it. It's like, hey, that's all messed up. You know,
Yeah.
bring it all together in a more aligned way so that the flow can happen, I guess, something like that. I don't, does
Yeah,
that
of
make it?
course. Because yeah, it makes sense. That's exactly what abundance environment is, because most of us we're just stuck in our masculine energy. And
Mm,
like you know how I said in SFP, your masculine is your head, your feminine is your body, and
mhm,
your the vessel between it is the throat. So when you don't express your feelings and you suppress them, that's when the body gets sick. So that's why the last session was about health, right? Because that's the last manifestation of the feminine energy. Like your
mhm,
health is a representation of where you are in your feminine body, and
mhm,
like your confidence is a representation of how you're on your masculine energy. So like 4 weeks
mm,
of masculine energy we heal, and then the 4 weeks of feminine energy we heal. And it's surprising, like we're women, the only time we feel is when we get triggered. So, oh my God, I have a reaction now. It's like the
yes,
buttons are on. And it's like that's the worst time to ever feel, when you're triggered, because you're releasing emotions that have been there for a long time, that had nothing to do with the situation, that actually exasperates the problem and makes it bigger than what it is. And this is what I always say about being triggerless, because you want to be able to feel your bad emotions when they arise, let them come up, don't judge
mhm,
them, release them, and then go back to feeling regulated, which is like we haven't learned that as children. We're meant to learn it, but we didn't get to learn it, maybe because our parents were in survival mode and they didn't get the chance to teach us how to regulate ourselves. But we're meant to feel our negative emotions, not at the time of being triggered, before it. Because before you got triggered, I can guarantee you there's many moments where you were just ignoring your emotions. You know, that's
yes,
fine.
for sure,
Let
for
me,
sure.
yeah,
Yeah, because
just
it's a
ignore
masculine
them.
thing, right? It's like, oh, that's nothing. It's nothing. Just keep on going, keep on doing, keep on going, keep on doing, keep on going, keep on going. Just this got to get done. This has to get done. This is you just got to get going, push through that whole like mentality of like that's the masculine thing, right?
Yeah,
Whereas opposed to like, well, you know what? That just feels horrible, and I just need a moment.
that's all you need to say. And there's no shame in it. And I feel like we feel shame as women, that
Yeah,
because we've been forced into this role of being the man and the woman. It's like I have to constantly be on point. I have to be a perfectionist. And that's what's really killing our bodies and our intuition and our connection with our womb and our connection with Allah. Is that we're telling ourselves, I need to always be in this perfected mode. And like the fact that you're not like that and you're feeling in flow, alhamdulillah, like that's such a blessing. Like, girl,
it is
you're
a blessing.
winning. You're winning.
It is a
Okay, I have one final question for you. I think you
okay.
already answered this, but what would you say to the woman who wants to join SFP, but she's on the fence?
I would tell her sit with yourself and then ask yourself the question, what would it be okay for you to be in the same place next year? If it's not okay, then join SFA.
Beautiful. That's just a perfect answer. I have nothing to add to that. That is so true.
But it's true.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't take it anymore. Like I would not, I don't want, I was like, can I just inhale this like now? I think I kept bothering you. Can I do this now? Can I do this now? I think I was
I
getting,
love it.
I was bothering you. I can't. And I asked myself that question. Would that be okay if I was in the same place as I was, in next year in the same place? That would be no, no, absolutely not. No.
Wow. I love
Mm-mm.
that. So every lady watching and listening, you owe it to yourself to
Thank
not be in
you.
the same position next year. Just like Gemi. Gemi was like, now, I want it now. That's the feeling you need to have. And and by the way, ladies, Gami got all these results in her business, in her life, in her masculine and feminine energy, simply because she made a choice that she
Yes.
doesn't want to stay stuck. So this is all Gami. I just provided the safe space. And Gami, you had all the answers within. And this is something that we talk about in SFP, that I don't give you the answers. You find it within you. I just give you the safe space. That's it, to explore yourself. So
Oh,
thank you
no,
so
no. I want to stop you there, actually, because you're such an amazing coach and your voice is absolutely fantastic. And I just like, fall asleep, like, lol, 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 what in the world? And I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't listen to Rosie's voice tonight. Let me go turn this on. I think my spouse hears it through my headphones.
Oh my gosh. Your spouse is gonna think now, Gami, is this something you need to tell me? What's going on?
Because I would listen to it, right? And I would turn it up because I'm like, I want to listen to it.
This is what
But
happened, guys.
this is, you know, this is your gift, right? This is what you bring to the table. This is your uniqueness.
Yeah.
In all coaching, you know, the client or the coachee has to do the work, but it's also a dynamic where the coach can actually pull out the best parts of ourselves, like, you know, right?
Mhm.
I didn't realize I could do that, right? Oh, I mean the hypnosis and which is really interesting, right? But I really got into it. It's quite soothing. I mean,
Yeah.
I go to it, you know, I'm like, I need to go, let me go listen to that. I'm having a bad like situation here. Let me go listen to some something. I go
I love
scrolling.
it. Oh my God, I love you, Gemi.
I love you too, girl. Thank
Oh,
you so
bless
much.
you.
I appreciate you. Thank you for standing up, standing up and doing this work. This is exactly why I do what I do, because every time a girl has a dream, someone in the world has raised their hands, and like in my head, every time I go through it, I'm like, where was she 25 years ago? Like 30 years? Where was
Ah,
she? You know,
uh-huh.
and you know, you had just come into this, like, you know, in terms of age difference, like I didn't have, there was none of this during my time when I was, you know, in corporate, being the only woman wearing hijab.
Wow.
It,
And you
it,
made it through.
it literally, there was no
Yeah.
one, because, you know, because of the time, you know, the what is it, time period.
But I know, right? It's not like how much further would you be, but it's just like this is so needed. Just like this is the reason why you went into coaching, because it's needed, something that you didn't have. And
Yeah.
it's so true. It's so true what you're saying about the unique talents that we all have. I really want every woman to find that. Even if it's not building a business, it could be building a family or building a community or building yourself or building your relationship with Allah. There's so many ways to build that doesn't involve money and finances. It can be anything. So
Mhm.
yeah, thank you for touching up on that, Gami. Oh, I forgot to ask you one final question. Actually, this is one final question. I
Okay.
want you to what would you say to Gami from 10 weeks ago? Like, what would you say to her? Like a little love letter. Let's say it's a little love note. It doesn't be too
Okay.
long. But what did you need to hear 10 weeks ago that you know now about yourself, that you're proud of and you love about yourself?
Um, wow. You already gave this homework and I didn't do it. I didn't do it because of the chaos, but okay.
See how honest good is. I love it.
So, 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 so the love letter that I would say to myself is like, give me, uh, you know, it's safe to trust yourself, and you know that you can trust yourself because you did make the most important decision, and you make important decisions really well. Um, and you know what you need. So go do and take the thing that you need. Don't make excuses. Don't try to make all these things like, oh, it's too much. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. Because we don't know what Allah wants us to do. It's just like you, right? Like your story. You didn't know what Allah wanted you to do, but now you're here like, oh, now I get it. Like 3 years before, I didn't want to come to coaching. But then I got this scholarship and I was like, it's just one thing after the other. And I'm like, okay, so I'm here. Oh my gosh, now I understand why I'm here. And, you know, taking SFP, like that's the next level, because I knew I could see, and it hurt me to see my clients not able to like take it up a notch, right? And now that I'm working with a new batch of clients, I can take it up to a notch, to a place where they haven't ever been. And it's so, this ego thing is really truly gone, right? Where I think you just need to go take Rosie's program. Like, like you know, at this point, like there's no competition here. It's just different elements, different buttons, different avenues that we have to open up, because there's not one way to success. It's all the culmination. It's like it's truly it takes a community, it takes a village to raise each other.
Oh, so beautiful. I love
Yeah.
that. And
Mm.
thank you for trusting yourself, Gimi. Thank you for trusting yourself through the 10 weeks of absolute chaos and loving yourself. And my love letter to you, Gimi, is embrace your quirkiness. Embrace it all. Your colorful personality. Allah Mubarak fi. May Allah bless you
Allah
in
Mubarak.
it. I mean,
This loud, quirky person. Oh
loud,
my gosh, it's such
confident,
all this.
bold, brave, colorful, amazing, quirky, just rambushka, whatever that word is, everything. Just embrace it. Because you are just that. And I want you to embrace more of it. And I see it in you already. Like the Gemi that I saw 10 weeks ago to now, totally different. You've done it. Well done.
I can feel it too. Thank you. Thank you. Jazakallah
So
khair.
proud of you. Wayaki, my lovely. Well, thank you so much, Gemi. I know I've taken so much of your time. Jazakallah khair for your time. And ladies, yes, just like Gemi said, join Sacred Fun and Pleasure. Do it now, not tomorrow, not next year. Now, now, now. Okay.
Yeah.
Take care, ladies.
Yeah, right.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa